Sharp little eyes you've got.
Wait till you get to my teeth.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are in Montparnasse, I think you pronounce it, cemetery here in Paris. So there's two sections. So just across the road is another area, so we will be over there later. But for now we're going to start off here and read some of these inscriptions on the monuments and tombs. I have this lovely one here, the bust, and it says L'Association. It's very hard to read the names, but there's a date on it there. It says 1884. So as I was saying, if there's anything on Find a Grave about these notable graves, I will of course add it to the video. It's a beautiful cemetery here, and it's very, very large. Now there's a grave actually in this section of the cemetery that I will be going to find. She was an actress back in the day, and she was actually in a film with Sean Connery, James Bond, called Thunderball, and her character in that movie was Domino. So we'll be going to pay a visit to her final resting place. It's a beautiful one here. Look at these flowers. So this is Paulette Mage, 1946 to 2022. And we have Eli, 1941 to 2020. Some photos on it there. So actually I don't know where the burials are here or how this works. Is it maybe cremains here? We have a photo inside. Some little ornaments there like owls and stuff. We have more here then where there's 1944 to 2022. Number of family members there. So yeah, we've been to Montmartre Cemetery, and it has some beautiful ones there, and I'm sure this one won't be disappointing us either, because they really are beautiful, these monuments, structures, artwork that's in the cemeteries here in Paris. This one is absolutely beautiful here. So it looks like René is the name on this, 1914 to 1987, and maybe like a Marcel, 1919 to 2020. I have a photograph there of the old couple. But just look at the grave here, we have like a book on it, a really large book, and a little statue on it. And down below here then we have two people having a little kiss, and it looks like a 1940s kind of scene. 1945 it says on it there. 5th of May, I think, 1945. It's like something from an old movie. Beautiful. So they're all kind of like those little narrow looking vaults, and there's an altar inside, you know, people would leave you know, flowers and memorials and stuff. Paul Richer family. So we have Paul Richer, maybe, 1849 to 1933. We have a Nicole, 1922 to 2006. Jean-Paul, 1925 to 1950. Beautiful statue of a woman here, holding a wreath on the grave. So the weather is scorching today, guys, really warm again. It's been warm since we arrived. Wow. Marquess de Dion, Senator. Marquess de Dion, Senator. So the door is open here, guys. And just inside we can see there's some flowers and there's a crucifixion here across. And just up the top, you see there's light coming in at the top of the vault here. So there's a number of names in here. Actually, there's a picture here of Marquess of Dion, 1908. So this must be the woman here in question. Wow. And just up the top we see like an old, real old vintage car with a man and a woman hopping out of it. Old steam engines and Marquess de Dion, Jules Philippe Albert. And that's all in French, guys, so if anybody understands any of that, let me know in the comment section below. Yeah, Valentine. So there's a number of ones here. Really interesting to see all the old style inside of the vault. And we have another one here. It's a Belzacco family. Beautiful inside here as well. Porcelain flowers in here. Stained glass and so this is division 10, I think. You can see it's like a park here, really. People sit down and read a book and relax as well. It's very peaceful here. So some of these I like with the stained glass, the beautiful colours in them. Like this one here looks like, you can see it's all orange, kind of stained glass inside. Don't know if you can see in there. You can see what's in there, kind of there's a plaque and flowers and stuff. Beautiful colours in there. So what I'm doing really, guys, is I'm just wandering around and going with the flow, as they say. Jean Delpierre, 1889 to 1964. We have a Marie, 1896 to 1974. And a bust here of Jean Delpierre. I'm just going to cut across this way here, and as I say, whatever catches my eye I will do it. You can see there's a brush outside this, so somebody comes here and actually you know, sweeps it out and stuff and cleans it. Lovely grave here, looks like an Asian person. Zhu Guang He, 1954 to 2002. A photograph here of Zhang He. There's some lovely little ones here, like little vaults, and inside here you can see old photographs there of people inside. Look at that, flowers in there, really nice. Now this one is unusual here. This is Alex Bardal, Prix de Rome, 1945 to 2010, and his grave monument is a large fish. So that must represent something in his life. I'm sure it's on Find a Grave if I can find something about it. It's a large fish here, and it looks like it's like copper kind of feel to it there. So this is a Marie Rotte, 1862 to 1953. And just on the other side then we have another man here, 1818 to 1901. Really nice grave. So we'll go up the centre away here and see what's up in this area. It is kind of cooler here in the shade. Now there's an Irish poet, an author buried in one of these sections here as well, and for the life of me I cannot think of his name, but I'll put it in. I'll put it in over the video. It's really big, and this is just one area. This is just one section of this cemetery, so it is huge. Now we have one here. Look at this. And it says president, founder, president maybe, of association, the medicine. Must be medicine. He must be a president, founding president of a medical department. Or Phila. You see those little angels on the side of it there? Really nice one here. You see all that green that comes off the metal there. Leclerc family, this is. Yeah, there's a chair inside there as well. So people, like just the other cemetery, they leave chairs in there to sit down and they can pray. Marie Checo, 1939. Lovely statue on this one. Robert Wagner is on this. Nice statue of a lady with that big building, tall building in the background. Now I have looked at a couple of these online on Find a Grave, but the thing is trying to find them now. The one over here catches my eye. I did see this on Find a Grave, so we'll go over and read this one. It's this one with the huge hands here joined together. Look at that. Wow. So there's actually a ring on this, so I'm just wondering, is that actually like a vault entranceway? So this is Robert Thibier and Pierre Jouvert. So Robert was born in 1926 and died in 2001, and Pierre was born in 1928 and died in 2012. So it's hands, two huge hands holding a big cross. Very artistic. And I suppose you'd call stuff like that cemetery art. And as I always say, you know, these places are an open air museum, you know. So much history here. Nice one here. Champion is the name here. Honor Champion. Look at this guy. I don't know if you'll see that with the light, but he almost looks like Albert Einstein a bit with the moustache. So there's a load of books behind him here. It's depicting something. He's reading books. Maybe he was an author. A very, very interesting stone carving there. Beautiful. Now there is another one just over here that I have seen, and I'm trying to remember, was she an actress? I think she was an actress. Is this one just here? Sylvia Lopez. So we have a Eugenie Burnt, 1894 to 1994 on this one. So she is on the famous grave section on Find a Grave, Sylvia Lopez. So this one here is actually on Find a Grave as well. Mares Bastille Ever Tris. Forgive me if I didn't pronounce that right. So it's Commander de la Legion, 1898 to 1952. So I do believe that this woman had some part to play in aviation. I think she flew from one location to another location. It could be like Brazil or somewhere. An historic event anyway. But I will put it over the video, any information. So I'm just kind of going by what I can at the moment. So as you can see, there's information in writing on the back there as well. And it's in French. So it does say something about a record there, 1930. So she must have achieved, like, broke some record in aviation. Nice. See the wing and the woman lying on her side. Nice one here. Francois Antoine, age 56. Spiegel, Francois Antoine Spiegel, 1860. 1884, Alphonse. With the sun, I don't know if you'll see that, but there's a nice statue. Nice statue of a woman up there. Another one here. Auguste Robin, 1841 to 1909. And this one has a little statue of a child here. Wow. Look at that. And the child is actually writing. And you can see the mark with the little pen. Like it's trying to write something on the headstone here, an inscription. Cool. The detail of it there. Oh, look at this, guys. We have some skull and crossbones on this one. Jacques Lefranc. Look it down around the side of it. So I'm trying to get out of the way of the sun so I can show you. It's kind of difficult to see. You can see the bust there. 1848. Durand is the name. But just on the side of it here, then we have a load of guys here, whatever's going on. As you can see, we've got a man sitting down here. We have like a foot, whatever that represents. And they're all seeming to be looking towards this guy here. And there's a guy just standing behind there, behind him. And he's kind of looking like he doesn't know what the hell is going on. Or what's happening. So yeah, that's what that is, guys. I'm not quite sure. But a lovely grave. Look at those skull and crossbones around the railing of it there. Right, guys, so there's one in here I just spotted walking down the avenue. And I like these old ones. So we'll go in and look at this. Valentine Dune off, I think. And You can see up the top there as well, look. But there's a woman in here, and she's a statue of a woman lying down in here. Look at this. Wow. She has a scroll in her hand. Wow. This looks like she's is depicting her death lying in the bed. You can see the cushion under her head. Just there. You can just see her feet here. Actually very realistic when you see the sheet kind of coming over her feet, like very well made. And just beside that then we have Matilda P. Cremo, 12th of December 1834 to the 19th of January 1912. You can see she's holding a feather in her hand. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. There's a lot of those graves like that around Montparnasse Cemetery here. Busts and monuments, you know, well-known people, writers, authors. Huge mausoleum here. The Henry Prevost family. It says. Let's see, can we see inside? There's a photograph of a young guy in there, guys. I can see, but you won't be able to see in there. It's just way too dark. There's a young guy. And just around the back of that then we have this beautiful one here. Look at this. So this is Anne Guinard. Beautiful white statue of a lady holding a flower. Yeah, so that's not a ghost you've seen in the background. That's actually Serenity Sue. Have a look in here. Wow, guys, look at this. Can you see in there? Look at that. There's little statues in there, flowers, all sorts of little things. And the name on it there is Guy St. Clair, 1914 to 1986, 1911 to 1993. And down below you can kind of see the floor area there, so that would be where the coffins would go down underneath there. Right guys, so I'm going to go back up and I'll pick it back up when I get up there. I'm going to go back up and find the grave of this actress who was in James Bond, and we hope to find her. This one here, the writing is kind of faded on this. 1924 to 2016. A woman, like she's in sorrowing. So I'm going to pick it back up, guys, when I get back up to the other section here in the cemetery, and hopefully we'll find the grave of this woman, Auger, Auger, I think it is. Yeah. Someone's tired, having a little nap with the hot weather here. There's a nice one in here for all you military fans. I like the military stuff. So we have a general here, General Pierre Victor Guilhem, and 1870. Looks like he died age 54. There's a lovely photograph of him here. Look at that, in his uniform. Wow. A general. Found another really nice one down here. It looks like another artist. But before we look at that, we'll just do this one here. Robert Dujet, 1925 to 1997, and his wife Irene, 1931 to 2021. Look at this. The guy with his shades on here, looking cool. Photographs here of the woman. And we have this guy with all his military medals on here. But just down here we have really interesting one down here. It's definitely the work of a famous artist, I'd say. César, 1921 to 1998. César Baldassini. So it's kind of looking like a senator like half beast and human. Really nice. Detailed. That goes into these. So it's actually made from, there's a book down here as well, whatever this book is about. If anybody has any idea what that book is about, let me know. So you can see all the little nails, nuts, screws, all the little details that goes into making this. Big screwdriver here at the back. Look at that. Big screwdriver stuck up his bum. Oh, look at that one just across the way. It looks like it's made from glass. There's a glass door going in there as well. Interesting. Interesting. So there's one here, guys, and I don't know if it's a notable grave or not, but there's writing on it here. Oh, it's all in French, unfortunately. I can't understand it. Le Journal Grimm or something like that. I'm just kind of thinking, is it connected to some story? Like maybe a crime thing or something? Anne Eck is the name on it. And you can see the photograph over there. Beautiful young lady. So if I find anything on it, I'll look it up. See the couple of names on it there. Another little area, division here. Beautiful monuments. Wow. Look at that guy, Adolphe Begaud. Adolphe Begaud, the aviator. 1889. You can see the eagle there and the man. He's a uniform and he's carrying like a flag. Another one here, Albert's president of a council, it says 1857 to 1897. You can see his bust up there. But this one beside this is stunning. Look at this. Wow, this must have cost a small fortune to put this here. You can see the woman underneath all the flowers. Look at her. And she's reaching up, holding on to this rock area here. And then you have this statue of a man with his face in his hands. Monument. Wow. Stunning. Another interesting one here. Goujon family. JMCA Goujon. Says down there if anybody knows anything about that. Nice picture of the person there. Author Jean-Paul Sartre was a French author who received worldwide recognition when he refused the 1964 Nobel Prize in Literature. According to the Nobel Prize formal statement given during a sidewalk interview with a reporter, he said he always refused official distinctions and did not want to be institutionalized. He also told the press he rejected the Nobel Prize for fear that it would limit the impact of his writing. While he was a prisoner of war as a French soldier from June 1940 to 1941 in a Nazi camp, while in the camp he studied and wrote Being and Nothingness, which was published in 1943. After being released as a civilian, he published numerous newspapers that were outlawed by the Nazi Party. Just found two interesting ones here as well, guys. This one here, look at this sculpture. It's Antoine Dumont, 1935 to 2016. And this beautiful one, 1924 to 2005. Look at that. Right guys, so I found, and it took me a long time to find this grave, but I finally found here the grave of Claudine Auger, the famous actress who was in James Bond movie. So this is her final resting place here, and people have left some stones on it. So it says Peter Heinz Moshe Brent, 1925 to 2008, and then you have Claudine Esther Brent, 1941 to 2019. So Claudine was an actress, and she's remembered mostly for playing Domino in the James Bond film Thunderball from 1965. She began her film career at the age of 18 after studying at the Paris Drama Conservatory, and she went on to star in scores of Spanish and Italian pictures until her retirement during the late 1990s. So that's the grave of Claudine, one of the famous James Bond girls, and there's a scene from the movie Thunderball with Sean Connery was James Bond in that movie, and there's a scene from that film where they actually, I think they're walking along the beach. So yeah, that's Claudine's final resting place. So rest in peace, Claudine Auger. So guys, after a long search, I suppose I couldn't come to Paris without visiting a fellow Irishman who's buried here in Paris. So this is the final resting place of Samuel Beckett, the Nobel Prize recipient. Samuel was born in Ireland as an author, received worldwide acclaim after being awarded the 1969 Nobel Prize in Literature. According to the Nobel Prize Committee, he received the coveted award for his writing, which in new forms for the novel and drama in the Dissolution of Modern Man acquires its elevation. He did not submit a biography to the Nobel Prize Committee, nor did he accept the award personally, nor did he submit an acceptance speech to be read. So this is the famous final resting place here of Samuel. And it just says here, Suzanne Beckett, 1900 to 1989. And just under that then we have Samuel himself, Samuel Beckett, 1906 to 1989. So rest in peace, Samuel Beckett.